Dear cadets, so as you know, we have already completed the chapter number 12. So now this is the time to move on the chapter number 13. So what is the name of chapter number 13? Motion and time. So just see, science is comprised of physics, chemistry and bio. Okay. So initially some chapters were belongs to the bio. Okay. Afterwards some means chapters like acid, bases and salts, they belongs to the chemistry. Now before this chapter was reproduction in plants. Okay, that was also belongs to the bio only. Now some chapters of physics, means chapter number 13 onwards, whatever chapter you will have, they will be related with the physics. Okay, so remember, just see, our skill to teach and your skill to study, it should be changed according to the topic. Okay, means teacher cannot adopt same strategy to teach all chapters. Similarly, cadet has not to adopt same strategy to learn those chapters. Some basic changes, basic modification is needed. So I am hoping that you have modified yourself, you have changed yourself to learn all these things, and I have also changed myself to explain all these chapters, because now our attention is shifted from bio to physics. Okay. So now first I will tell you the mind map, how many things are included in this chapter. So I am introducing you the entire topic. Okay. So name of chapter is motion and time. In motion and time, first I will teach you motion. Okay. So what is the motion? Very simple thing. Motion is nothing but a phenomenon in which an object changes its position over a time. Okay, will write also, don't worry. Now different types of motion can be slow motion, fast motion, straight motion, circular motion, periodic motion. So as far as straight motion is concerned, straight line motion, last year we have studied the rectilinear motion, circular motion and periodic motion. So their definition is same only. Okay. So different objects have got different types of motion. Okay. Last year I have given you the example of periodic motion. Periodic motion, swing machine. Have you seen or not? Time and again coming on the same position, starting from one position, going to another, coming back on first, going to the second. Periodic motion. Circular also, you know, circle is formed. Okay. So slow motion means speed should be slow. Fast means very fast. Like what is their bullet train speed is very fast. Okay. Cycle motion is slow. Okay. So try to understand. In entire chapter we will discuss all these types of motions. Next one is speed. Okay. Distance covered with respect to time, that is speed. So first we will tell you the average speed. Then what are the units of speed. Okay. Then types of motion on the basis of speed. Okay. Here these are the motion on the basis of object changes position over the period of time. This is the definition, means types of speed, types of motion on the basis of speed. Means if throughout the journey, if speed is throughout the coverage of distance, if speed is same, that is said to be uniform. If throughout the coverage of distance, if speed is changes, that is non-uniform. We'll tell you that one also. Then measuring of speed, how can we measure the speed? Okay, that can also be discussed. The last one is the measurement of time. In this unit we'll discuss the measurement of time, how we are measuring the time. So just see what was the ancient method of measuring the time. Okay. Now what is the present method of measuring the time? So now vast variety of instruments are used to measure the time. Nowadays what is there? Such type of watches are known which can measure the nanoseconds, because you might have seen in athletics competition, in Olympic or some other places, what is there? 1 nanosecond can make the large difference. That is why there is a very precise measurement of time is required. and such type of device, instrument are used which can measure the very minute differences in the time. So this is also very interesting chapter. There is one more aspect here for the measurement of speed, distance, time graph. Here you will learn something about the graph also. So here you can add one more time, distance time graph. What is there? Distance time graph means separately you should discuss. Now write down here. Here you add distance time graph. So just try to understand something about the graph also we will learn in this unit, like bar graph, pie chart, okay, line graph. These are the graphs we will discuss here only. Okay, so again I am telling you, in addition to these 3-4 things, we will discuss something about the graph also. There are 3 types of graph, there are various types of graph, but in this chapter, basically 3 types of graph they have given: pie chart, bar graph, and line graph. Okay, so we'll discuss all those things. Okay, so now let us begin with the motion. What is motion? Okay, so we'll define first motion. What is the motion? Motion is the phenomenon in which object changes its position over the period of time. Motion. What is motion? It is the phenomenon in which an object change its position over the period of time. Okay, understood? So what is the motion? It is the phenomenon in which an object changes its position over the period of time, that is known as motion. Now in higher classes you will study the very complicated definition of motion. What is there? We can define the motion with the help of speed. We can means there are so many physical quantities by which we can explain the motion. Acceleration is also included, time is also included, velocity is also included, speed is also included. So with the help of these physical quantities we can explain the motion, but that much is not required for you. That is only, it is the phenomenon in which an object changes its position over the period of time, that is known as motion. Now types of motion. How many types of motion is there? Just see. Last year I taught you rectilinear motion, periodic motion, circular motion. This year in your syllabus only 2 types of motion they have given, like slow motion. What is that one? Slow motion and fast motion. Okay, so now for the better understanding of motion, we'll see one animation also. Then you will have a lot of idea about the motion. So okay dear cadets, let us see one animation.
Have you seen a hummingbird hovering around the flowers and extracting nectar from them? Which among the bird and the flower is in motion? You will see that bird keeps changing its position from one flower to other, while flowers remain static at their original positions. Object which changes its position with respect to time is said to be in motion. On the other hand, objects which do not change their positions with respect to time are said to be at rest. Whenever an object is in motion, it covers a certain distance in a particular direction in a specific time period. Now, let us see around and see that which of the things are moving and which are at rest. At your home, objects like chair, table are at the position of rest, while the hands of the clock and blades of ceiling fan are in motion. On the hood, you can see traffic lights and plants are at rest, while the vehicles are in motion. In this way, all the things around us are either moving or at rest.
Among these, a bus possesses rectilinear motion as it moves along a straight line path. The moon possesses circular motion as it moves round as a pole on a circular path. The motion of a ball is periodic as it repeats its motion after the regular intervals of time.
Okay, so dear cadets, as I promised you that last year I taught you, but for the sake of refreshing your knowledge, what is there? Again I am telling you rectilinear motion or straight line motion, circular motion and periodic motion. So you might have seen the examples. Okay, last year it was discussed. So when a body repeats its motion after a fixed interval of time, then it is said to be in the periodic motion. Okay.
Time is defined as an interval between two events. But do you know how can we measure it?
Okay. So dear cadets, now measurement of time and some other thing will complete tomorrow. Means for today that whatever knowledge you have got, that is enough. Thank you. So dear cadet, whatever portion I have taught today, now I am going to give you some questions. The first question is, what do you mean by motion? Okay, so define the motion. Now on the basis of last year knowledge, again I am giving you some question. What do you mean by straight line? What do you mean by straight line or rectilinear motion? Okay. Question number 3. What do you mean by circular motion? What do you mean by circular motion? What do you mean by periodic motion? Question number 4. What do you mean by periodic motion? What do you mean by periodic motion? Okay. Now question number 5. Give 2 examples of each. Give 2 examples of each. Okay, give 2 examples of each. Number 1, circular motion. Next one is straight line motion. Straight line motion. And the last one is, I am writing here, third one, that is periodic motion. 2 examples you can write. Give 2 examples of each type of motion. Okay, so just try to understand. Now 2 examples last year also I taught. Just now you saw the examples also. 2 examples of each type of motion you should write. So complete today's homework. Will teach you tomorrow measurement of time. That is very interesting. Thank you.